Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'll be showcasing the Minecraft plugin titled Epic Bosses created by the Songoda team. So what this plugin does is it allows you to create custom bosses that can be easily edited through a GUI menu, and it's just packed full of features that other custom boss and mob plugins really can't match up to. So the base command for this plugin is going to be /boss. And here we can find all the commands related to this plugin, but let's just get right into the nitty and gritty of this and start by creating our own boss. So first thing you're going to do is do /boss create followed by the name of your boss. And this can pretty much be anything you want. We got Rowdy Boy on our server right now, so you can name this boss actually Rowdy Boy. And then next you're gonna select an entity. You know what? Blaze was sort of recommended to me, so we're gonna create Rowdy Boy the Blaze. Now, if you're not comfortable with any of this stuff, it can all be edited later as well. The next big thing we got is edit. Actually, most of these commands can actually be done through the editor. So we can go /boss edit. Here we can view all the bosses that we have created so far. The only one that comes in by default is the Skeleton King. Everything else we've actually made ourselves, which is why the names are a little bit cringe. So as you guys can see here, we can go get started with the editor right now. Pretty much everything you can do is found in this GUI menu. So let's just take things one step at a time. Here is the drops manager. You can toggle the natural drops for the boss. You can edit the drop table. We can just select one of the drop tables just by clicking one of the ones given here. And we can also create new drop tables or view our selected drop table there as well. Let's go back into the editor. Here we have the equipment manager. Now this is quite nice on its own, so you can just click on the single entity that we have set up. You can also create new entities that are within the boss, which is quite fun on its own, but we're just going to keep it simple for the sake of time. So here you can view the boots that are available to it. As you guys can see, we do have our own sort of boots there. We can select any type of boots that we want it to have and remove it by clicking on the diamond. If you have just tons of boots, you can go through your multiple pages of boots. But here we have our own custom boots, the Boots of Mercury, and we're just going to click on the die to accept it. And as you guys can see here, our Boots of Mercury are in, and now they have been selected. We can just go back here, and yep, so it's pretty much going to be the same for every armor piece we have available. And we can go back and then go back once again. Here we have the targeting manager. Now this is actually very unique. I've never seen anything like this from any sort of custom mobs plugin yet, but you can actually choose which mobs it wants or which players you want it to target. So it can target the closest player, the not damaged player, which is pretty interesting, so kind of the one that's hanging back, or the top damager. This one makes a lot of sense to me, or just random nearby. So I kind of like the idea of targeting the top damager, so we're going to leave it as that. Next we have the weapons manager. So again, this is going to be similar to the armor manager, except now we can edit the main hand and the offhand. It's going to be completely the same, so I'm just going to edit the main hand for y'all. As you can see, all the items that we have put in already, like the Boots of Mercury, are added here as well. We can just add in a weapon. So we got this thunder hammer. It's pretty basic, just a golden axe with sharpness 3, but we're going to click to add it in, and we're going to accept that one. And then here we can edit in our offhand, so we could put in the thunder hammer again, or like a diamond sword. I'm not really in the mood for that, so we can just go ahead and back out. Here this is just this warning, enable for the boss. No one will be able to spawn it, nor will it spawn naturally, and that can be changed here. Here we can edit the skills. The skills here are absolutely crazy. Here's the overall chance for skills to proceed each hit. That's 10%. You can edit it by right-clicking to lower it and left-click to increase it. We can bust it up to 15%. Here's the skill list, and it's absolutely crazy. We got Shazam, Cage. You can find out what all these skills do in the config as well, but a lot of them are self-explanatory, like lightning, and then you can just click on them, and as you guys can see, you can actually have more than one skill enabled at once, so you can just create absolutely crazy mobs here. And we also have a master message, and that pretty much has like a message that precedes a skill being used. We have the spawn item manager, and this is for the spawn item for the mob. And we can make it any of these, but let's make it a custom spawn item. We have this golden apple here, so let's just go ahead and make it the golden apple here, and now that's the selected one. As you guys can see, you can't have more than one spawn item selected. We can go ahead and go back. I should also mention that you need a spawn item for it to work, for you to be able to spawn in the item at all. Here we can change the display name, so like I said, it's currently Roddy Boy. You can change the entity type, and it's a lot easier because you don't have to type it in. You can actually look at all these different mobs and then choose from there, which is quite nice, and there's 2 pages of it. Here as well, you can adjust the health. This is the same way as you would adjust the skill chance, so left click to increase, and then right click to decrease. And you can even shift to increase and decrease in more minute increments. After that, we got the shop manager, and this is if you want it to be purchasable for other players. Let's go ahead and set that to true, and we can adjust our price here. So let's go ahead and make this bad boy $15,000. I mean, of course, it's a pretty OP mob at this point with lots of stuff going on. Maybe its health isn't as high as it could be, but I digress. Here you can edit commands for on spawn and on death. We're just going to go over one just to make it quite easy for y'all. So they have some by default, and you can even add more through the config. So here we can just give the player 2,500 upon death, and there's other options as well. Of course, it's very configurable. Here you can just toggle whether editing is on or off. While we're editing it, of course we want it on. I should also mention that the boss cannot be spawned while you are in editing mode. Here is our text our messages. So you can go affect which messages you want to have displayed. So here, Skeleton King has used the minion skill. These are all various taunts that exist for the default one, but you can of course add in your own. So blind message, Skeleton King has done this to you, etc., etc. And then you can also affect the radius for how close you have to be to the boss for you to actually view the message. And we got some for on death. So here you can change the position that is currently selected, the main message that is currently selected, and as you guys can see, a lot of these are all Skeleton King based, but you can of course add in your own within the config. And then there's the radius again, only show for damaging users, etc. So that's quite nice. And taunts are just messages that come out while you're fighting the boss. So that's the bulk of the plugin. There is just a little bit more I have to show you guys. So we already went over like the auto spawn, new messages. Auto spawn pretty much just enables new spawns that occur periodically, and then boss time is the time delay between the auto spawns. You can also just spawn it directly through command or through the shop. So if we were to enter the shop, as you guys can see, we have 2 spawn eggs in right now. We have to set editing off, and now we are able to see Roddy Boy. As you guys can see, we set it in as the golden apple, and we can go ahead spawn in Roddy Boy right now. Bang, he's in, and we set him as a blaze. I actually completely forgot that we had him set as a blaze. So he actually comes in with no armor, but he hits kind of hard. That's kind of annoying. Let's go kill this bad boy real quick. Wow, he has 55 health. That's quite a bit. Okay, so let's go to edit, just for sake of changing the mob. So that's going to be in the statistics manager, and let's go ahead and change him to a zombie. Perfect. And then we're going to go back again, and then we're gonna disable. Yeah, editing has been disabled. And then let's go back here, boss shop, golden apple, and there you go. He's got our famous chainmail leggings. He's still lit on fire, and he should be able, if we had him fight longer, he would use some of those skills. Skeleton King, there you go. He comes in with a sword, shield, and he also has the minion skill, which spawns minions all around him of tremendous power. I believe you guys. I'm not even gonna bust this guy up on video. Alrighty guys, that was me showcasing the Epic Bosses plugin. This plugin is available on the Songoda marketplace. I'll leave a link to download this plugin down in the description below. Thanks for watching everybody, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.